Yeah, I've never seen her at my house.
Is that like the...
America.
Let's get off one of you guys.
Bull sits up front. That sits in the middle, Alex sits in the way back. I'm on this. Look, this one. Cool. Jason's right there. Yeah. I better finish this book.
What's wrong?
He's just chilling.
Sea rabbits?
What?
Oh!
Almost this book, and I just got it yesterday.
I'm tired.
This is the brand new Wimpy Kid book. Well, I promised myself I would read every Wimpy book of the series. I'm gonna do that. So I bought this yesterday, and I'm on page 176.
Okay, new scene chart. This will be here for a couple weeks. Then we'll switch it up again. Probably right after Thanksgiving, we'll probably switch it up. By the time before Christmas break and stuff, maybe the week after Thanksgiving. So. All right. Go on through the day. Okay, we're in section 3.8 today. 3.8 and 3.9. We're gonna do a couple notes today. That'll be about it. Remember, we do have an assignment to do today, page 67. I know a lot of people have already turned that in as of last week, but I want to make sure if you have not, you have a little bit of time today where you can actually work on that. You can get that turned in. Let me go through the names of who have already turned in. 67, 68. All right. So 67, 68. I got it from Alex, Jason, Cole. Pretty much about it. So. Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's a weird thing. You probably should put that. All right. So again, we're going to go through a couple notes today. Just make sure that if you owe me any other assignments, remember the end of the week. This week, if you owe me any assignments. Just make sure that gets done, turned in, whatnot. If you have any late work, I will not accept it after Friday. So this Friday is kind of the end. Midterms are Monday. So if you have any missing assignments, like there was an N in the grade missing, get it turned in. Or there's a blank. Okay, get rid of the for today. We're just going to do a couple things. We're in section 3.8, 3.9 today. We're just going to finish up multiplying and dividing today, but we're going to do some weird stuff. Today. All right, here's what we're going to be dealing with. We are multiplying and dividing today. So we are multiplying and dividing. Now the big thing is, what are we multiplying and dividing? We've been dealing with the last couple days here. Fractions. More importantly, we are dealing with not just fractions, because that's the main part of it, don't get me wrong, that's kind of what we've been doing since last week. But the two topics we are going to be multiplying and dividing today, mixed numbers and improper. These are going to be our main topics today. That's what I want to go through today. Our goal is to do a few examples of each, make sure that we're very, very comfortable with each type. And then we'll be done. You guys can make sure to get everything done, wrapped up. Okay, we'll probably have a new assignment tomorrow, so in case you're gone, this stuff, which isn't bad. Pretty straightforward. I just want to make sure that you understand how to do it. We'll probably start mixing in some story problems here and there from now on. So maybe tomorrow I'll kind of throw a couple story problems at you, because that's kind of where we're going to get to by the end of the chapter. So we'll start kind of slowly building as we go, so that you know how that works. Okay, questions, comments on what we've been dealing with here? Okay, let's start really slow. Let's start with the multiplying. Let's do a quick review of that. I think you guys were pretty good at on this stuff last week. Well, let's kind of build back up again. So let's go with 3 over 8 times 10 over 10 over 18. I know what that right. Okay, so let's talk about this out loud. What do we remember from last week about multiplying? Okay, Cole, what do you get? You can do it that way. You could just multiply straight across right away. You do that. Okay, some people actually really like that. They just like to multiply across. You get 30 on the top. You get some really big number on the bottom of that. It's a 4 carry a 6. It's 144. You do it that way, and then you can simplify from that. Or anyone else have a different strategy?
Simplify first.
Yeah, you could simplify first. I'm in that camp. I like to simplify first. It makes the number smaller. Because as you can tell, I had to think about that 144 a little bit too long, especially since I'm trying to do it in my head. But I can simplify. That makes this problem so much easier. It really, really does. So, the number 3. What are numbers that multiply to be 3? 3 and 1. Okay. What about the number 8? 1, 2. Yeah, we're multiplying. Right? Remember, not adding. Okay, it's 2 and 4. Then we break up the 4 even further, which is 2. All right. I always try to break down numbers as far as I can. Okay, does everyone understand the first fraction? Okay. Now we're going to the second fraction here. 10. 5 and 2. And 18. 9 and 2. Okay, I like that. 9 and 2 or 6 and 3. If you're in that right. And then break up 9 even further. 3 times 3. 3 and 3. All right. So now we're here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start canceling things out diagonally. Okay, or actually, let's go up and down first. Anything I can cancel here? Nope. What about here? Yes. Yeah, 2s? Okay, those are gone. Now that we're done top, bottom, now I go diagonals. So if we go diagonals here, let's go this direction. 3. Those are gone. What about this direction? Nothing. Okay, and then we can go straight across. Now, what we're left with here is we are left with this. There's a 5 left there, and there's a 3 down there. That's what we're left with. And now I can go straight across. Right? Going straight across, what's 1 times 5? 5. Okay. 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8. That's 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 3. So 8 times 3? That's your final answer. This fraction is the same as that one. You need to realize that. It is the exact same fraction. It's harder to see that. All right. Any questions with the idea of multiplying? We did last week. So it's pretty straightforward. You guys got the rules down. I don't really mind which direction you go. Maybe that camp that you like to go straight across first and then simplify later. That's fine. You can do that. I like to go simplify first. It just makes the numbers a lot smaller for me. I can handle that. All right. But what we're going into today is how do we do it for mixed numbers and improper? That's what we're going to do. So let's start with an improper today. So we'll start there, and then we'll go to mixed numbers here in a minute. Okay. So we're going to go. Let's go with 5 over 6 times 24. Now, what this looks like as of right now, it looks like you're taking a fraction times a whole number. Agreed? Like a big number, digit. 24 can actually be written as a fraction. That's what we talked about last week. 24 over 1. And that's absolutely right. That's what you kind of learned back, pre-algebra, algebra days back in junior high, kind of thing. Now, at this point, do you notice that's improper? It's that 24 over 1. So it's the same work. It's actually the exact same work we just did over there. So we're going to look diagonally. We're going to look up and down. We can break it up. If you're that person that just likes to go straight across, go straight across. Then you can simplify it after. It's the same process. So improper really doesn't change any of the So that's kind of nice. Okay, so going from here, I'm just going to follow the same rules we did a little bit ago. Let's break up the 5. What are numbers that multiply? Give me 5. 1 5. 6. 3 2. Yeah, that's easy. 24. 6 and 4. Okay, move the 6 and 4 out. And then the 1, I can't really do anything with that. Now these numbers on the top, the 6 and 4, those can break up even further. So what does 4 break up into? 2. And 6 breaks up into 3 and 2. Okay, so there we go. And now at this point, now I can look up and down, see if there's anything I can cancel. Nothing there, nothing here. Now I'm going to go diagonally. It looks like the 1s can go away. Those are gone. That's it there. This direction, what? A 2 and a 3. And so what I'm left with here is I'm left with a 5 on that top fraction. There's nothing left down here. On this side, there's really nothing left down there. But on the top, I have a 2 times 2. Now, if there's nothing left, what can I always put down there? I can always put 1s. Because 1s can go anywhere. They don't really affect anything. There's a lot of that. Now, at this point, I can multiply straight across. Because I'm simplifying it as far as I can go. So it looks like at this point, 2 times 2 is 4. That's 4 times 5. 20. 4 times 5 is 20. I have a 1 on the bottom. 1. And 20 divided by 1. It's just 20. Yeah, you can just get rid of the 1. So it's actually a nice even number. Thanks, Austin. You just want to put those on my desk. Make sure your name's on it, too.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, just tell me this. It didn't. Mac just came in here back time. Is her name on that on the one that's in the basket there? The same Mac one.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just make sure her name's on it. Thanks. All right. So, do you see what happened here? Now, this won't happen every time. It's just this is a rare case. I'm going to show you this for thinking like an improper times a fraction. Sometimes it can have to be nice whole numbers like this. Sometimes it'll just be a fraction. It's totally fine. It can be completely random. Okay, do you see how it's almost the exact same rules? Okay, let's try one more. I'm going to have you guys try it. We'll try your notebook and we'll move on to the mixed numbers. So let's try one more. Let's try to make up some numbers here. We can multiply anything you want. So I need one of them at least one of them. So you can pick both of them if you want, but you need at least one of them to be improper. So, any numbers you want. 24 over 8. 24 over 8, is that what you said? Okay. And we're going to multiply that into what?
98 over 99.
Cool, say it again.
98 over 99.
Oh, I don't want to go with those numbers. How about we go 8 and 9? Let's go 9 and 8. Let's do that. We can do that. That'll be easy. I don't want big numbers. We want to keep those relatively small. Okay, I'm going to have you try this out. So you guys chose two impropers. So that's fine. You can multiply those. Any fractions you want. I'll let you guys take some time if you want to try to simplify this. Let's see what we get down to. I'll give you a couple minutes here.
Can we use calculators if they want?
Sure. Absolutely. Anyone want a calculator to do any of the math, breaking up things? Multiplication table will be helpful. I'll walk around. I'm going to check these here in a little bit. So I'll kind of help you out here if you're not quite getting it. So. so I'm going to walk around the room, and all I want you to do is tell me the one number I want broken up. Okay? So I'm going to start with Cole. How did you break up 24? Let's start with you.
I did 4 times 6.
Okay. Okay, stop it. Everyone agree with 4 times 6 for 24. Now, if you went the 3 and 8 route, you're fine. If you went the 2 and 12 route, you're still fine. Make sense?
I just multiplied 2 across and I simplified.
That's fine. So, in the end, what you want to check for, did you get the same numbers? Or certain things cancel. So, that's fine. Okay, we'll keep going. What did you get on the top, by the way?
Like overall?
Yeah.
27.
Okay, so it turned out to be like a nice whole number. Okay, so
Well, 27 over 8.
27 or 8. All right. So, all right, that sounds right. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Bob, Alex, 8.
2 times 2 times 2.
Oh, okay. So you even went further. All right, 2 times 2 times 2. That's fine. Okay. Let's keep going here. All right. Roundabout. What do you got for? Let's do the bottom again. Good. That was easy enough. All right. 2. And we'll come back. We'll come back to you, Anna, because I know you did yours a little bit different. That's fine. Okay. Jason, how do you break the 9?
3 times 3.
3 times 3. Okay. We good with those so far? Okay. Now we're all the way over to Sean. Sean, how do I break up the 4 and the 6 here? So what does 4 break up into?
4 breaks up into 2 times 2.
Good.
6 breaks into 2 times 3.
Perfect. All right. So 2 times 2 and 2 times 3. All right. Perfect. All right. So hopefully we got there. And Hannah, you did yours a little different. You're fine because you're choosing the different round, which is okay because you'll get the same answer as everyone else. All right. So now at this point, now I can start crossing things out. Okay. So we'll start over. So Cole, up and down on this first fraction, what's simplified?
The 2 and 2.
2's. And keep going. Other 2 and the other 2. All right. Good. Okay. Alex, on the other fraction, does anything cancel top and bottom? No. Okay, good. Beth, diagonally, does anything cancel? No. Okay, so now at this point, we're kind of stuck. Nothing to cancel out, so now we're going across. Okay? So, Jason, you're on. Top number, 3 times 3 times 3.
27.
27. Good. Which is the same. And got it, so that's fine. And Sean, 2 times 2 times 2.
8.
8. Boom. Done. That's your answer. Now, if you wish, you can leave it like that. If you want to change it back to a mixed number, because it is a mixed number, right? It's improper in the very end. The numbers were improper to begin with, so it makes sense it stayed improper. If you want to change it back, that is totally fine. I accept both answers. For those first couple sections, you can leave them improper. Okay? But if you're going to change it back, if you're that one person, the 27 goes in the house, the 8 goes on the outside. 8 goes into 27 3 times without going over. 3 times 8 is 24. If I went 8 times 4, it'd be too much. 8 times 3 is 24. I subtract, and you get 3. So we have the big 3 here, because that's this number. And what's the fraction that will go behind it?
3 and 3 eighths.
3 and 3 eighths. This is the top number. That'll be the bottom number. So 3 eighths. So that's this, and this number. That's right. Okay, so I don't mind which one you pick, as long as you're getting down to something that looks like that. Okay, does that make sense? And you got the same thing as you said earlier. So that's the best part. It doesn't matter if you went like a different route versus the route that I'm showing you. You get the same answers because you still have to simplify some stuff. You get the same results. So that's why it's just whatever you kind of prefer. There's always multiple routes to get the same answers. Don't feel like you always have to do one way. I'm just showing you my preferred approach that I do. Okay. Questions, comments on any of these so far? Okay, good. Now, let's talk about how do we do mixed numbers. This is something I want to go before lunch and maybe a little bit after lunch. How do we multiply mixed numbers? I'm going to just do some easy problems here. Okay, so mixed numbers. Let's go with, there's a couple different ways we can do this, and I do want to show you that. All right. So 2 and 1/4 times 3 and 2/5. Okay. Now there's 2 different ways to do this. I'm going to show you the way that I was originally taught, and then I'm going to show you the second way, which is a little bit harder, just so you can see that. Does that do do want to show you like both kind of methods. I'm pretty sure you're going to pick the first one. So, the first method. Okay. Okay, first method. What we're going to do is we're going to change these. We're going to change our mixed numbers. Change mixed numbers into improper. We're going to change these to improper fractions, and then we'll just do it as normal. Okay? So it's kind of a normal problem. Okay, so let's work with that way. So how do I change 2 and 1/4 to be an improper? What was the rule?
2 times 4 plus 1.
Exactly. I call it like circle method, right? You're circling around, you're getting to the final answer. So 2 times the 4, so big number times the bottom, and you add the top, and what is that all over?
9.
What's the bottom? What's the bottom number going to be on there?
4.
4. Okay. This bottom number will stay the bottom. Now you're right. You already know the top number, right? The top number is going to be 9 because 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1. That is 9/4. All right. So that's how you change it. Notice the bottom number is always the 4. Let's do the second fraction now. So we have 3 2/5. We do a little circle method here. So 3 times the bottom. So 3 times the 5. We're going to add the top number. And what is that all over? 5. The 5 will have to be the bottom because that's how it was in the mixed number. So the 5 has to be the bottom number for the improper. So if I actually do that number, 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2, 17/5. And now that I've changed these to improper, now I can just do the normal math. All I'm going to do is just multiply these together. Okay. And we can try to simplify them before we start. I can already tell you right now, these do not simplify. I try to pick numbers that won't. Just to show you that they don't. 9 is 3 times 3. 4 is 2 times 2. 17 doesn't even break out. It's 17 times 1. And 5 is 5 times 1. So really the only thing that cancels out are the ones. So nothing really goes away. So we're going to have to resort to multiplying straight across. So 9 times 17. So 3, here is 6. 153. And 4 times 5 is 20. And this should be the answer. Okay, let's go to lunch. We'll come back. We'll take a look. Oh my goodness. You're about to see something that you're gonna go, oh my God, why are you showing that? Okay, so right before lunch we were talking about this idea of this mixed number multiplied together. So we have a mixed number times a mixed number. We changed them to improper. This is the first method, by the way. We changed them to improper. We looked to simplify like normal, because that was just normal math if we did it over there. There was nothing in common other than the ones here, which I can cancel out. We did 9 times 17, which I believe is 153. Somebody double check me on a calculator. I have no idea. I did that math in my head, and I'm almost guaranteeing that cannot be right. 9 times 17.
153.
Okay, I was right. I was not expecting to be. All right, and then 4 times 5, and you get 20. Now, again, if you're going to try to change this back to a mixed number, we would eventually see that 20 goes into this. 5 times is 100. So maybe 7 times, that's 140, so that's 13 20s. So that's trying to do the math on it. 7 times 20 is 140. With 13 left over. So, and again, this, you can do that math by doing log division, putting 153 in the house, 20 in the outside. So I'm trying to do this in my head, that's not what I can do. Okay, questions on the idea of what we did before lunch? Now I said there was a second method, and it's not for the faint of heart. This is a little bit more challenging. And I think you guys can handle this, and I want to show you this here. All right. Let me explain what I mean by this. Okay, let's start with an easy problem. Let's see. I don't know if you've done this before. I just need to see. Have we done a problem like this maybe in like pre-algebra days? Like maybe 7th, 8th grade?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you guys remember doing on this problem? What was it called? How do you do it? It starts with a D. Starts with the letter D.
Second line.
I. Heard it? Somebody's. Okay, we know how to do it, right? But we just don't know the word. What?
Nominated?
Oh. Yes.
Discussion.
Yes. PR. D or I. Distribution.
Close.
Oh my goodness. All right. Now, okay. So you said you know how to do it. So explain. What do you remember?
Don't you have to like minus the 2?
Nope. Nope. No. Not subtracting. Not going to be subtracting on this one.
You take the x plus 2 and
If you can. Yeah.
take 5 times 2x.
Okay. No, we can't actually add these together. This is a 1x, that's a 2x. You cannot add it. This one has x's, that one does it, you're not allowed to add. Distribution is for this problem where you can't add these together. If you could add these, you wouldn't do anything, right? You just take 5 times whatever that is. What we're doing here is we're taking the 5 times each item.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you take 5 times both items, and what you get, if you actually distribute correctly, is you get 5x plus 10, right? You take 5 times x, 5 times 2, and that's it. You're done. Don't write 15x. Like, that's it. That's your answer. That's distribution. That's like a little thing we learned back in, 10th, 8th grade math. It's, you use it for when you can't distribute over a big parenthesis, because these can't add together, that type of thing. That's what we do it for. Now, why I brought that up? That process, what you just saw there, is what I'm about to what I'm about to do for this problem over here. This idea. Okay? All right. Now, this is not easy, but I'm going to explain it, and you're going to see that we'll get down to the final answer, the same answer that we got before. Okay. Let's start with that problem over there. 2 and 1/4 times 3 and 2 fifths. Okay, so remember, keep that idea of what I just talked about, distribution, in your head. Okay? Now this is a little bit of a stretch, but you can watch this. Okay, first step. If you're going to do it by this, is the second method, mind you. Second method, and how we're going to do this, we're going to use distribution to explain how the answer works out. All right. So, first step. You separate the 2 and the 1/4 into 2 separate things. Like that. Okay. So, you agree that 2 plus 1/4 is 2 1/4. Agreed? I split up the back to be 3 plus 2 fifths. And I split those up, because that's 3 plus 2 fifths is 3 2 fifths, right? That's the idea. I can put the plus sign in between. And now what I'm going to do, this is going to be really goofy. This is like more upper level type of math. You would take the number 2 here. This is the first parenthesis, right? Look at the first parenthesis. I'm taking this 2 times each item in the back. So I am distributing the 2 to everything back there. Okay? So what I mean by distributing, I'm taking 2 times the 3, okay, and plus, because there's a plus sign there, 2 times the 2 fifths. 2 times the 2 fifths. Now, how do I multiply 2 and 2 fifths together? What do I have to put underneath this 2 here? 2 over 1. So then I can actually multiply. So if I multiply it, because I can't simplify diagonally or up and down, so I multiply straight across, and I get 1. 4/5 there. And this number is what, 6? You actually multiply those? Okay, do we understand how I just started that from? Okay? Alright, now we're going to keep going here. Now that I did the 2, and this is what we got so far, I'm going to do the 1/4. Same exact idea. In fact, let me get rid of these arrows. Now that I did the 2, I'm going to do the same thing for the number I skipped over. I skipped over the 4 because I want to go to the back parentheses. I'm going to take the 4 times everything back here, one at a time. So I have the plus sign again, right? Okay. 1/4 times 3. So when I take a 1/4 times the 3, what do I have to put underneath the 3 here? 1. Then I look diagonally, well, the 1s have something in common, so I cross those out. When I multiply straight across, what do I get? 3/4, right? Because you go straight across, there's only 3 on the top, there's only 4 on the bottom. So that's the 1/4 times 3. And now I'm taking the 1/4 times the 2/5. This item times the back now. And so I'm going to break up the 4 to be 2 times 2, and what cancels out? 2 and 2. Go straight across, that's 1 on the top. And what's on the bottom? 2 times 5? 10. And now what I can do is I can add these together, and the problem is you got to know how to add fractions together. And eventually we would get to this final answer if you were to actually know how to add fractions, which I said this is the complicated way. You would get common denominators between all of these, and the common denominator is 20s. To add fractions together. This is why I'm showing you what we're doing here. This is something we're going into. This up here is just a whole number. Making that a 20, I multiply by 4, take the top times 4, get 16. Multiply this one by 5, get 20, so take the top times 5. Multiply that by 2, take the top times 2, and now I can add those all straight across. And I get an answer of 6. And what are all those numbers added together? 16 plus 15 is 31, plus 2 is 33. And what does that look like to you? Now, obviously, this math we haven't seen, we're rolling into that, but what is that? Where have you seen that before? Improper, right? That was the stuff you just did in your homework. Believe it or not. Changing that item back to a normal answer. So simplifying, right? So the trick when we had that in your homework, that was the page 67, 68 stuff. We're changing this back to a normal number. The 6 will be fine. We're going to leave the 6 alone. But the 33 and 20, we have to change this back to a mixed number. So how many times can 20 go to 33? 1. So 20 times 1 is 20. I subtract, I get a 3, get a 1. So what's my remainder there? 13. So that is a big 1 up top. 13 20ths. And when I add this together, guess what you get? Crazy. It's the same exact answer. Now, and all that work, which one's the easiest way to do it? Method 1. That's what I said. You want to choose method 1. Now, why did I show you all that? This is what we're going into right here. This is why I wanted to show you this. We will eventually in this class get to adding fractions. How do we add fractions? And what was the purpose of it? Like, why did they ever come up with that? Well, number 1, this is one of the first times they showed how to add fractions. And then eventually we'll look at like common sense stuff. Okay, questions with this idea? Now, obviously, no one's going to pick method 2. I wanted to show you that, though, that there is this other way to do it. It's definitely harder. It tests all of your skills, whether you know how to distribute correctly, whether you know how to add fractions. It's not for the faint of heart. It's tough. That is a tough process. That is something we will eventually go into. Now, obviously, for me, for what I want you guys to do, this is way easier. It just is. Now, changing the improper to your normal thing. That's easy to fix. Okay, questions. That was kind of fun. I did want to show you that. I want to show you at least one way to how you do this way more complicated. All right, now last thing today, we're going to do division with fractions. Because we haven't talked about that yet, and we'll finish with that today. And then tomorrow we'll kind of move on. All right, let's talk about division. we did start this on Friday, just so you know that. We did do division on Friday. Let's make it just an easy fraction to begin with, so we can get some practice. Let's go with 7/8 divided by, let's go half. Okay, so a division problem. Now, what do you remember from Friday? What was the rule?
You the dividing factor of multiplication and change the right fraction upside down.
Good. You flip this one over. Now, what was the name of that called?
I don't know.
No idea? Start with an R.
Upper.
Hey, that's pretty good. Reciprocal. That's not bad. I'm glad you actually remember that. So the reciprocal, you're flipping the second fraction over. We don't actually divide fractions. It's kind of this weird little rule. We don't do it because it doesn't make sense, dividing things into smaller piles kind of thing. But we multiply by its reciprocal. The first fraction didn't change, the second fraction does. Now, that's just a normal multiplying problem. That is a normal problem that we just did a little bit ago. It's actually way easier because it's not even improper yet. And we're just going to do the normal math here. When you multiply, you can go straight across if you want. I'm going to simplify because that's what I like to do. So 8, you guys already did 8 earlier. What was that? 2 times 2 times 2. 7 is 7 times 1. The number over here, 2, is 2 times 1, and the 1 on the bottom is 1, right? And now I can cross things out top and bottom, so it looks like, the 1s are gone here. Top there, nothing. Diagonally, it looks like a 2's gone, and now I can go straight across. So it looks like my top number here, if I actually multiply, what's 7 times 1? 7. And bottom number 2 times 2? 4. That's your answer. 7 fourths. Now, if you want to change it back to improper, that's fine. Or, sorry, change it back to mixed number, you can do that. 4 goes into 7 once. 3 left over. 3 fourths left over. Okay. Questions on any of this so far? Okay, so that's division. Now, division with improper, same exact work. You just flip the second fraction over, you simplify it, do all the normal stuff. So, let's see. That's pretty much about it today. I think we're gonna stop there. We'll do improper and a mixed number tomorrow, and then we'll probably look at maybe a new assignment tomorrow. But remember, homework due today, page 67, 68. Make sure you're getting that done at some point today and get it turned in. Light work, check your grades online. If it has an M, it's missing, get it done. After Friday, I will not check it. Make sure you're getting any missing work done. Thursday, Friday, we are going to, let's see, we'll get homework tomorrow, notes Wednesday. Thursday will probably be a continuation of notes, and then homework probably Friday for you guys.
You think I can get homework?
Yeah, let's do it, maybe one. 2 6 2 6 2 6
What?
2 6
What am I?
2 6 was his name.
Thanks, Lord.
Yep, yep.